Νάουσα μπουτάρι, στα 100 καλύτερα κρασιά του κόσμου. Μοσχοφίλερο μπουτάρι, το αγαπημένο ελληνικό κρασί. Μπουτάρι, ανάμεσα στα καλύτερα εινοποιεία του κόσμου. Για τις αξίες μας, με την αξία μας.
Boutari, imported by Terlata Wines International, Lake Bluff, Illinois.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program, Hellenic Heartbeat. Today we're gathered here with some very exceptional guests, some of the most prominent figures of the Greek community, and more specifically the Hellenic Bar Association, with whom we will say a few words about this new initiative developed through the cooperation of Hellenic Foundation and the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services in order to offer legal services to underserved members of the community. Now, before we begin saying a few words about this new initiative, Hellas, let us introduce our guests. Honorable Judge Anthony Kyriakopoulos, Vice President of Hellas.
Kalispera σας.
Welcome, and thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thomas Masoudas, Treasurer and President of Hellenic Bar Association.
Hello, thank you for having us.
And Eleni Katsouli, Secretary of Hellas and First Chair CVLS Junior Board. Eleni, welcome.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be here.
Now, before we begin saying a few words about Hellas, Mr. Masoudas, can you tell us a bit about the Hellenic Bar Association, when it was founded, who it consists of, and what is the purpose of the organization?
Well, I'd be happy to. The Hellenic Bar Association is an organization that we're all very proud of. It was founded in 1951 by a small group of attorneys, and immediately in 1952 we had our first Greek judge. And the mission of the Hellenic Bar Association is to promote justice. In addition, it's to help and mentor attorneys within our community, to give fellowship. We have a scholarship ball where we award scholarships. We promote mentoring, and we also help the community in areas such as promoting judges. By the way, we have another judge today, Judge George Canellis, who we congratulate, and who the HBA tried to help. And in many ways, we try to help the community, and our latest way to help the community is through this legal clinic where we assist the Greek individuals with their legal needs.
Very nice. Now, Judge Kyriakopoulos, can you please tell us a few words about Hellas, how the idea came about behind the name, and just introduce it to our audience. We know it's with the help of the Hellenic Foundation, the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services, and it's a pro bono clinic for our community.
That is correct. Hellas came about through conversations and the need of the community based on people requesting, especially in our community, the assistance of lawyers. People would call into the Hellenic Foundation asking for assistance. The Hellenic Foundation would reach out to the Hellenic Bar Association to try to pair up the people with the lawyers necessary. Churches would call directly to the Hellenic Bar Association and ask them for assistance. So a need was there for an organization to be established to assist these individuals who need legal help. And because of that need, the Hellenic Foundation, along with the Hellenic Bar Association and the CVLS, have been able to partner up to create this beautiful thing called Hellas to help our community.
And how did the idea behind the name come about?
Well, it was we'll call it, it wasn't a lottery, it was a contest that was created through the help of Eleni here. Earlier I called her the Nuna, because that's what she was. She came up with this great idea to put this contest out to our membership and people who are associated with the Hellenic Bar Association to come up with a name that would most exemplify who we are. And there's Hellas. Couldn't ask for a better name.
And how is the Hellenic Foundation involved?
The Hellenic Foundation is involved through a grant process. The Hellenic Foundation will be giving financial support through a grant to Hellas, but will also be giving the bricks and mortars. The location of the clinic will actually be at the Hellenic Foundation. They will also be giving us initially the support necessary for this clinic to operate.
And Ms. Katsoulis, how is the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services involved in Hellas?
So Chicago Volunteer Legal Services, or CVLS, is a pro bono organization in Chicago where they have a membership of over 2,300 volunteer attorneys that take on cases and help low-income Chicagoans. They help 3,000 Chicagoans so far. And they also operate or work with 24 neighborhood clinics. We will be considered a neighborhood clinic also. And they provide resources such as educational material, the outlines of what types of cases that we'll be able to take. They'll provide the attorneys with malpractice insurance. And essentially, they provide the foundation and the resources that the volunteer attorneys will need to take on these cases.
And can we go into a bit more detail about the services Hellas will provide and how the people will benefit from them?
Sure. People that qualify for the assistance of Hellas will be able to get legal support in various legal areas. For example, adoption, wills and estates, divorce, guardianship matters, foreclosure defense. There are many different legal areas, and if there's any need that someone has, they can approach Hellas and find out if they can be connected with an attorney that can help them.
And I think at this point it's really important to mention that everything is confidential, it's private, no one else will know about it.
That's correct. So the Hellenic Foundation, as Judge Tony had mentioned, will be housing this clinic. And the clinic will be held the second Saturday of every month, starting at 10 a.m. And when clients or members of our community that need help come to the clinic, the Hellenic Foundation has provided us numerous rooms where people will be able to meet privately and anonymously with their attorneys. So no one will, the information will not be publicized. Everything that you speak to your attorney about will be in confidence, as there is attorney-client privilege. And so no one needs to worry about their information being publicly available, and no one should feel unwelcomed or anything like that. We welcome everyone.
And Mr. Masouras, can you please tell us a bit of are there any requirements these people need to possess in order to receive these services?
There are. We're going to have two groups of people. The first are pro bono, which means that they will receive legal assistance for free. That is based on the number in their household and their income. Above that, there will be clients who will pay for their services. However, any payment would be between them and their attorney. I would say that the legal representation that all are going to receive is excellent, that they are members of our bar association, and that either young attorney or old attorney, they are top-notch, and the legal services that they will receive through the clinic are worthwhile.
And if I may add to that, all the volunteer attorneys that will be providing legal assistance through the clinic will be vetted and trained through Chicago Volunteer Legal Services, and they have high standards, and they will be providing the resources. So there's that also.
Very nice. And now, Judge Kyriakopoulos, is Hellas something the Hellenic Bar Association has been wanting to create for a while?
Yes. The need was there. The want was there. The parties were all present. It's just putting everybody together. And it was recognized by the Hellenic Bar, by the Hellenic Foundation, and by CVLS that by putting everybody together, we can give a service that has not been available to us ever. And that is a place where our community can get legal advice, be it free if you qualify, or at the very least, being introduced to a qualified attorney who's of Greek descent, who probably speaks some of the language to make it more comfortable, to assist individuals who otherwise wouldn't go to court or wouldn't know what to do when faced with a legal issue.
And Ms. Katsoulis, can we inform our audience when the first clinic day will be held and where it will be located?
So the first clinic day will be on Saturday, May 14th, starting at 10 a.m. It will be at 6251 West Touhy Avenue in Chicago in the Hellenic Foundation building. And you can contact the number that you see on your screen to set up an appointment.
The emphasis is going to be on appointments. We will take walk-ins, but please call. The reason that we need you to call is so that we will have enough attorneys there to accommodate the people who will be there for the different issues that might come up. It's also important for everyone to understand that when you call, you'll be asked about your name and what your issue is, but you will not be given legal advice. So I don't want anybody out there to be confused that they will get advice over the telephone concerning their issue. So it's important that you call. If you can't and something comes up, you will not get turned away from the clinic.
And Mr. Masouras, are there any other events our viewers should be informed of? I know you have the Judges Night 2016 sponsorship coming up soon.
Yeah, we do. We have 2 events coming up with the Hellenic Bar, which I'd like to tell you about. Our first is on May 12th in Judge Koukouris' courtroom. We have Law Day. Law Day is a wonderful event in which we have the parochial schools of Chicago come and read the winning essays that they've done with Judge Koukouris. Each of the children has won an award, and afterwards we have an event, a dinner, if you will, at the Chicago Bar Association. And our second event, as you mentioned, is Judges Night. Judges Night is on June 9th at the Hellenic Museum. It's held on the rooftop, and our Judges Night, which we're all very proud of, is one of the most successful Judges Night in Chicago. We have over 250 people attending and over 100 judges, both federal and state judges attending, and it's a wonderful event. So we encourage everybody to attend both events, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you for asking.
And Ms. Katsoulis, you want to, before we close, give out Hellas's contact details and how they can get in touch with the organization?
So those interested in making an appointment with Hellas can contact the Hellenic Foundation's phone line that is designated for Hellas, and that phone number is 773-631-5222. For additional information, you can check out the Hellenic Bar Association's website, which is hellenicbar.org. And you can also look at the Hellenic Foundation's website, which will have additional information.
Perfect. Before we close, I want to thank you all so much for being with us here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Judge Kyriakopoulos, Mr. Masouras, and Ms. Katsoulis, good luck on this new beginning of yours.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll be there to support you.
Thanks.
We appreciate it.
And we hope that everyone who has a need will come visit us.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Have a good evening.